feel it? Rage burning in me.
Gotei's finest staff welcomes you to the Soul Society. Hold on to your seats and shinigamis for the wild ride. One thing that always ate in the shonen genre are the mind-blowing power-ups and transformations. From sizzling wardrobe changes to monster forms and razzle-dazzle bling-bling hairstyles, no shade to Dragon Ball, welcome to the shonen power-ups that changed the game and Impact. Without further ado, let's get into a list of characters that made their opponents feel like they were catfished before the fights. So sit back and relax while we cook. We're starting this list with a character you wouldn't expect, Kafka. Kafka Hibino's first transformation into a kaiju in Kaiju number 8 is an explosive moment that completely alters the battlefield. Initially, Kafka is an ordinary man working in the self-defense forces, dealing with kaiju threats, but his transformation into a kaiju, a creature he's been fighting against, is a game-changing event. His first change occurs after the mysterious, ugly creature Kaiju number 8 enters his body following a tragic encounter. As Kafka transforms into this terrifying, hulking creature, he gains immense strength, regenerative abilities, and enhanced combat skills, making him a formidable opponent in a fight against other kaiju.
Where did you go? It's still me in here!
However, Kafka retains his human consciousness and intellect, a crucial element that allows him to think strategically and avoid the destructive tendencies typical of the monsters he's now connected to. Does that change the fact that he's a destructive force on the battlefield? No. At number 8, we've got Natsu. Natsu Dragneel's transformation into this dragon form is one of the most iconic and powerful moments in Fairy Tail. As a dragon slayer, Natsu's journey revolves around harnessing the power of dragons. Throughout the series, we see him undergo various power-ups by eating dragon fruits, but one of them that stands out is his END transformation. The END form is a darker and more demonic transformation, representing Natsu's connection to his true origin as the demon of Zeref, created by the Dark Image. During the final battle with Animus, Natsu unwittingly unleashed the power of END for the first time in over 400 years after being mortally wounded by the dragon with the power of the Dragon Cry. This form unlocks immense destructive power, drawing on Natsu's origins as a demon. His transformation is at a turning point as it reveals Natsu's true nature and his connection to Zeref. Though he initially resists the transformation, it gives him enormous power, and it's the key to his eventual defeat of Zeref. Following the list, Asta makes it to number 7. Asta's first transformation into his demon form in Black Clover is an epic moment in his development as a magicless mage against Ledros. Throughout the series, Asta has struggled with being born without magic in a world where magic is everything.
No, what? Come on!
His transformation into the demon form, triggered by his connection to the anti-magic demon Libby, represents a significant shift in his capabilities, although he nearly went mad in the first 10 minutes of it. In this form, Asta's physical strength is greatly enhanced, and he gains access to an incredible amount of anti-magic power, which allows him to nullify his opponent's spells. This changes the course of the battle in Asta's favor, allowing him to face opponents far stronger than him, such as Leaked, the leader of the elves. Moreover, this transformation opens the door to new possibilities in Black Clover, with Asta gradually learning to control and master the power of Libby and his own inner demon. Up next is Eren. Eren's first transformation into a Titan was the peak of the series, but little did we know that was only the beginning. The founding Titan possesses the ability to alter the memories of Eldians, control other Titans, and potentially reshape humanity. When Eren unlocks this power, it alters the scope of the war, changing the playing field for both Paradise Island and the rest of the world. For the first time, Eren has the ability to rewrite history itself, control the fate of the Eldian people, and influence global geopolitics in a way that had never been possible before, also serving as a catalyst for the rumbling. Thanks to the abilities of the founding Titan, Eren transforms from the irrational Nimwit and becomes the eyes controlling every piece on the chessboard. At some point, viewers had to draw a line between heroism and villainy. When Bro said he'd kill the entire world as a kid, they should have taken him seriously.
Kill them all. Every last one.
Gon might be below 5 feet, but he makes it to number 5. If this transformation had aura points, it would be to infinity and beyond. Gon's transformation during his fight with Pitou in Hunter x Hunter is one of the most intense moments in that series. After learning that Kite, his mentor and friend, was killed by Pitou, Gon's emotional state completely unravels, and by that I mean black meta aura. His desperation to avenge Kite overrides his usual sense of morality and control. This leads to him using an incredibly dangerous and self-destructive technique, limitation. What makes this transformation so compelling is how it physically manifests. In this form, his strength becomes godlike, surpassing his usual limits and allowing him to land a devastating blow on Pitou. Gon loses his childhood innocence, becoming a monstrous version of himself with immense strength, but at the cost of his life force. He goes from a naive, optimistic kid to an almost unrecognizable, pure rage-fueled force of nature. Almost there, in 4th place is Shigeo. Mob vs. Koyama is like watching a calm, collected kid trying to deal with a bully who's way too extra for no reason. Actually, the reason is valid, being that Mob goes gaga on Koyama for hurting his brother.
Let go of my brother, or you'll regret it.
What we have is a psychic rage in superhero mode, but without the cool cape. So Mob's big first abracadabra happens when he's up against Koyama, and it's a huge moment for the series. We get to see that it's not about the man in the fight, but about the fight in the man. Basically, Mob's powers are all tied to his emotions.
Can you feel it? Rage burning in me.
When he hits 100%, think of it like when you're really mad and you just snap. His psychic abilities, they easily go into overdrive. It's honestly a bit like watching someone try to start a fight with a guy who's too nice to fight back until he hits 100% and suddenly becomes the human wrecking ball. Also with the rage of 1,000 gods. Up next is Hinata's baby daddy, Naruto. It's a crazy new form where Naruto and Kurama, the Nine-Tailed Fox, combine their chakra. This gives Naruto insane strength and speed, way stronger than anything he's had before. The downside, it comes at a huge cost. Baryon mode burns through their life energy really fast, so it's a one-time desperate move. The impact of baryon mode in the fight against Ishiki is immediately clear.
Damn it! Damn it!
Naruto is able to deliver powerful blows and take control of the battle's pace. He enters baryon mode as a response to the overwhelming strength of Ishiki and the desperate need to protect his loved ones, especially his son, Boruto. He activates this mode in the fight with Ishiki, who's super strong, but it's clear he's risking his own life in the process. It's a game changer in terms of power, but the form comes with a tragic price. The intense drain on Kurama's chakra ultimately leads to the death of the Nine-Tails, making the end of a long, complicated partnership between Naruto and the Beast. Making it to 2nd place is Luffy. Gear 5 represents a new level of power that is derived from Luffy's awakening of the true nature of his devil fruit. In this form, Luffy's body takes on cartoonish, rubbery properties, with his movements becoming far more fluid, exaggerated, and unpredictable. For example purposes, almost like Jake the dog from Adventure Time. Keyword almost. Luffy can stretch and shapeshift in almost limitless ways, and his power reaches an unprecedented level, as he can now manipulate the environment, which sort of feels like an extension of his body. This form allows him to not only enhance his strength and speed, but also gives him near invulnerability. Of course, this transformation intensely shifts the course of the fight against Kaido, turning the tide of battle in Luffy's favor. Finally, we've got Ichigo. This is simply a menacing badass form. Its first appearance is seen when he faces off against a powerful opponent. His hollow transformation occurs when he's pushed to his limits during a critical battle against Ulquiorra. Ichigo unveils his inner hollow in all its rage and raw power as an embodiment of his dark, suppressed instincts, which manifest to protect him.
I can't believe it! He's so powerful!
This transformation grants Ichigo enhanced physical abilities, faster reflexes, and an overwhelming spiritual power that gives him the edge in the fight, even though the sheer destruction from this ability could hurt anyone, even his closest people. His struggle to retain his humanity while using the Hollow's power becomes central to his character arc. The Hollow form also changes the course of the battle, allowing Ichigo to defeat enemies who were once far beyond his abilities. On this note, we've come to the end of this video. Let us know in the comments which character's power-up should have made it here and if you agree with this list. Finally, don't forget to hit the bell icon so we see you in the next upload. Have a Bankai Blast!